Hello everyone, I am Dianda Irnantasya with student ID number K3323025 and from the Chemistry Education Study Program. Welcome to my tutorial video which I created to fulfill the midterm assignment for the Chemistry of Element course. In this video, I'll be showing you how to plot and analyze the data from several characterization technique including FTIR, XRD, UVDRS, and SAM. To perform the analysis, I'll be using ImageG, Excel, and Origin 2025 software to process, calculate, and visualize the data. I will guide you step by step from preparing the raw data, applying the formulas to generating clear and meaningful graphs that represent its characterization result. Hopefully, this tutorial can help you understand how to analyze and interpret instrumental data in a simple and effective way. Now, let's get started with tutorial.
Okay, this is the tutorial about the FTIR data. First is we open the origin application, then we open the data that we will do characterization, then we copy the data into the origin application. Okay, then is we write the name in the long name row, and the column 1 is in the column 1 we write wave number. Okay, then in the column B we write the percent transmittance. Okay, after that click the column A and B all, click the plot and choose the line, and then we get the graph. And then to remove the empty part on the x-axis, we can do it by click on the x-axis, then selecting the scale, and changing the from and the to value so that there's no leftover space. Okay, we change them in the from is 5000 and 2 into 400. Okay, then in the FTR graph, the axis run from the largest to the smallest value. So we need to adjust the upper and lower limit of the x-axis. And this is the graph that we get. Then in the FTR data, we select the lowest part of the peak, then click screen reader to find out the x-axis values, and we get the first lowest part is 3239.294, and we write the x values as text on the graph. Then rotate the text from horizontal to vertical. Okay, to make it faster, we can copy the number and then paste it. And then repeat the same tutorial. We click the screen reader in the lowest part of the peak, and then we get the x values and we write into the upper the peak, and we get 1634. Okay, next we change the name of transmittance into the name of the data material, and we use JTEMN. Okay, next we will to save the project. First is click the file and click the save project as, and we fill the name with FTER with the name of the data. Okay, next we will to download the graph. The tutorial is click file and click the export graph, and we file the name and make sure the image type is JPEG. Okay, then click OK. And this the final the tutorial about the FTER characterization.
Okay, next is the second data for FTER plotting, which is GTEVMN, and the steps are the same as what I explained earlier for the data number 1. Okay.
So in this tutorial, we'll be combining two data, the data from GTEMN and GTEVMN material. For the tutorial, we'll be start by importing both data in the GTEVMN. We will copy the data and go to the origin application. We go to the origin and paste the data, and we write in the column A with the wave number and in the column B with the percent transmittance, and then we repeatedly with the other data is the GTE PMN, and then we copy and go to the origin and then paste the data. Okay, in this origin we will to add the column for the other data. We add two column and paste. Then we write the in the column C in the long name. We copy and we paste in the sort with the shortcut. In column C, it's still labeled as Y, so we need to change it to X. After we change the label, we plot all the data and click the line, and after that we get the graph from GTIMN and GTIVMN, the combining data. So to remove the empathy part, we use the same tutorial. We click in the scale X and we change the scale. Next, to identify which line in the graph represent GTIMN and which one represent GTIVMN, we can double click in the graph and we can see which column correspondent to the black line is the book 1B, and so the book 1 is the in the column A and B, and there is represent GTIMN, and the grape red is the column C and D, and this is represent GTIVMN material. Okay, after we make sure, we can add the labels on the graph accordingly. So to save the data, we can click the file and click the save project, and to download the graph, we can click the file and click the exporting graph. The data of NICU material, so we copy the data and we go to the origin application to paste the data. Okay, and then we fill the column A long name with the NICU, and then in the B column with the NICU, and then we add the column, 5 column to fill with the pick of the material. First is the pick nickel. We copy the pick list and then we go to the origin and we paste the data, and we also copy the two last data, and then we copy paste in the C and D column, and then we delete the data that we not use. We fill the name in the C column is TTPTS-NE, and then in the D column is the TTPTS-NE, and then we fill the unit is in the C column is 2 theta and in the D column is intensitas, and then we also fill the name in the column A is the CCPTSCU because we use NE and CU materials, and then in the V column we also fill the name and we also fill the units with 2 theta and intensitas, and then we go to the pick CU and we copy the pick list, and then we go back in the origin application and we only copy the two list data, and then we paste in the column A and V, and then we delete the column that we not use. And then in the A column we also change into the X variable. After that we select all the column and we go to the search panel and we write the status panel, and then we click this formulas, and then we get the page and we see the auto preview, and then we click OK. then we change in the no line, and then we click the drop line and we checklist the vertical, and then we click OK and we get the graph. It's like this, and then we click the graph and we click the search panel and we write the signal processing smooth, and we click the analyze signal processing and smooth, and this is the result. And we change the cutoff with 30 and we click the preview and we cut this graphic. It's changed into two color, red and black, and then after this we click the graph and we unchecklist the book first, and then we click OK and we get the graph is only red color. After that, to remove the empty part on the x-axis, we can do it by clicking on the x-axis and we changing the upper and the lower values so that there's no leftover space, and we change them in the 5 in from and 100 into, and then we get the graph like this, and then we also remove the empty part on the y-axis. Change the label number with the material that we use is NECU, and we also change the y-axis name with NECU to theta in x-axis, and then in y-axis we change into NECU intensitas. After that, we click the graph and we search into the search panel is PIX analysis, and we click it, and then the page it's like this. Okay, is make sure the integrated PIX is checklist. After that, we click next, and then next, and then next. Okay, in the find PIX, we uncheck this the enable auto find and we click the add, and in this page we select the Hexis PIX by double click on it PIX, and after clicking we press down so that the PIX data is recorded with the sentence is you have added 1 point. Okay, next we repeat the same process for the other PIX, and in this script we can identify 3 main PIX. After that we click down. We click the adjust on preview graph in the integration window with, and then we minimize the button, and then in this page we adjust the section according to the PIX we've selected. So we highlight all 3 PIX that we have before. After this, we click the finish panels, and then we get the graphic with the number in every pix that we used before. And after that, we go to the book 1 with the type workbook, and we copy the center number, and we go to the Excel formulas, and then in this page we delete the formulas that people have been used before. We match the column with the data that we obtained before, so we deleted the data and we match with the data we have before is 3 data. So after that, we also copy the FWHM, and we go to the Excel formulas, and we we paste the data, and we got this ukuran crystal result. And then after this, we also fill the crystallinitas formulas in this Excel formula, and before that we must to match the column with the data that we obtained before, because we only have 3 data, and then we go to the origin and we copy the data in the column B or in the area name, and then we copy in the origin application, and then we get the average of summary in the luas puncak kristal. And then after that, we must to fill the luas semua puncak, so we have to the crystallinitas data. So before that, we will to go to origin, and we click the grab 2, and then we click again in the grab, and we go to the search panel, and we click the analysis peak baseline and peak analyzer, and then we also get the page like this, and then we click next, and then we click next, and then we click next. Okay, in this page we unchecklist the enable auto find, and we click add, and in this page we click the peak that we also click before. So in this peak we click 3 peaks that we have clicked before, it's same, and then we click done, and done, and then after that we click done. Okay, in this page we click the direction, and we change in the positive, and then we click next, okay. In this section we change number of range to indicate is 1, and then okay, in this way, don't remember to click the adjust on preview graph, and also that we can minimize the page, and then we highlight all the parts, and we get the X data. Okay, and this area data we then enter into the Excel formula, and then the luas semua puncak is the area, and we get this number is 25153.4025, and then we get the crystallinitas data with the material and ECU is the 18.43335. Okay, and this is the final. Okay, next is the second data for XRD plotting, and the steps are the same as what I explained earlier for the data number 1. Okay, first is get the same image and download. Make sure the image is 8-bit. Okay, then open the image G, click file and click open and upload the image. Then click analyze and set scale and make sure the scale is still set to 0 and change unit of length into nanometer. Then measure the scale pair on the image by drawing a straight line along the into 100 micrometer and scale pair from end to end. Analyze. Click set scale and change now distance to 1000 and unit of length to nanometer. Then click OK. And next is measure the particle size. The tutorial is select the straight line tool, then draw a line across the particle diameter. Then to know this line, we get one line. Click the analyze and click measure. Okay. Then we get the data, the result, and then repeat the measurement for other particle until you collect at least 30 or 50 data point. Nah, for your information, for curriculum or application, you may need more than 60 data. Okay, I have the shortcut to measurement. We only press the CTRL with M and D to measure faster. So we not to click analyze and measure, we use the shortcut. Okay, until we get the 50 data, we copy and paste all measurement data into Origin for analysis. Okay, we open the origin and select the column B. We change the long name in B column into area text, and then select column B and create a histogram plot. Okay, we can search into the search bar and click the histogram plot. Then we get the histogram graph. Then we click right on the histogram and choose go to bin worksheet. Then we get the histogram result data. We select column A and B and search more again in the plot, and we choose the column. When the histogram window click, and we can click the analyze. Everything, and we click the non-linear curve fit. Okay. In the function selection, we click the category and we choose the ping function, and then in the function we click the Gaussian. After that, go to advanced and click the quantize and make sure R square or COD is checked. After this, we click fit, and then okay. After that, we get the result, the data, and ensure the R square value is close to 1 to confirm good fitting accuracy. And in the plotting as same now, we get the R square is 0.61684, and then the particle diameter can be determined based on the Gaussian peak from the fitting curve, and we can see in the XC, and we get the particle diameter is 478,206. Okay, it's all about the tutorial of the same to get the particle diameter. For the UV-DRS characterization, there are two sets of data. The first one is the absorbance data. We copy and paste it into origin. After that, we add the column for the data too. And then we also copy and paste it into the origin. After that, we write the label in the long name in column A, B, C, and D with the long name like in these videos. And in the column C and D, in the fx section, we also input the formula like in this screen. After we apply the formula, the data automatically adjusts according to it. After that, we select column C and D and we click the plot and click the line and we get the graph about the UVTRS data, and we change the x-axis name with the wave number, and then we remove the empty part on the x-axis, and we can do it by cycling on the x-axis, then selecting scale and changing the to and from the scale so that there is no leftover space. After that, we create a tangent line on the graph right where the curve starts to rise sharply toward the peak by tickling the line. And to find out the exact point where the tangent line touches, we click screen reader, and then we check the x value, that the x value is the band gap we obtain in this UVTRS characterization. And we get the band gap is 3.7562. Okay, and this is the tutorial about the characterization about UVTRS. And
okay, next is the second data for UVTRS plotting, and the steps are the same as what I explained earlier for the data number 1. Okay, let's watch the videos.